Hello everybody, welcome back for more Let's Play Murder by Numbers. Joining me is Layla M.
You cannot see the fingers I am extending.
I can imagine. Anyway. That pistol was his all along. He shot Lori.
Good job! The guy who looks like a murderer freaking murdered somebody, and it wasn't the guy who protested his innocence to the very end. Excellent work, you two!
I mean, he literally looks like the main character from a game called Hitman.
This time I thought he was just some charter captain. Now that I think about it, I'm an idiot.
For good reason. Ray told us he hired Clyde from an agency, but either he was lying or really had no idea.
I think it's time we find out which. I kind of want him let out, if not for the fact that he has caused so many kangaroo courts. Afternoon, Ray. How's your cell?
Are you here for a reason, or just to make wisecracks?
Yes.
About Clyde Musselman, the obvious killer. What can you tell me about him?
The charter captain? I'd almost forgotten about him. I don't
completely
know
forgot
any
about
more than what I already said. Mal called in sick, and the agency sent Clyde as a replacement.
Surratt had to explain to me who he was for us to continue.
Except Mal was locked in the cargo hold. How could he have called in sick? Oh, I didn't receive the call myself, but that's what Clyde told me when he arrived. What difference does it make?
More than you realize. Clyde was lying to you.
Shouldn't you be asking Mal about this? Surely he's awake by now.
No, he's dead. He's not good. He's dead. Mal Cruz is dead. We just explained this.
Is he
murdered
dead?
in his hospital bed.
Are we sure he's dead?
Maybe he's mostly dead. There's difference between sort of dead and mostly. Here, let me open your mouth.
And I mean, the only thing you can do with all dead is rifle through their pockets for loose change, but you know.
Anyway, murdered in hospital bed. Let's continue.
I'm sorry to hear that. I've known Mal for a long time.
Your help, we can bring his killer to justice.
Look around. Is this your idea of justice?
I mean, you did help someone get away with a lot of messed up stuff. Where'd you hire Clyde from? Can you give us the details of the hire company you use?
You hijacked my yacht, arrest my sister, accuse me of murder, and then you ask me for help?
Yeah, life is
You're
wild.
out of your mind. Why should I trust you?
Why don't you work with us? You're still on the hook for Lori's murder. If you want to get out of here, you should be working with us, not against us.
It'll take more than a few sweet words to get me to trust you and that bullhound of a detective.
What if I said we've got a lead that could prove your innocence? We just need your help to confirm it.
I'll believe it when I see it. We have CCTV footage of Clyde leaving the hospital where Mal was killed. Caught him red-handed, huh? Left-handed, actually.
There he is. If he murdered Mal, there's a good chance he killed Lori, too.
I told you I didn't kill anyone. You've been so focused on your vendetta against us that you ran headfirst towards prosecution with no thought for due process.
For once, he has a point.
Yes, he does.
I don't have a vendetta against you or your sister, Ray. All I care about is finding the truth. If we can tie Lori's murder to Clyde, you'll be free to go.
How am I supposed to help even if I wanted to? Maybe you've forgotten, but Detective Cross has me locked in a cell.
I mean, I can see how someone might have forgotten. Look at this picture. Right now, we've got no way to track Clyde down. We need to know who he really is. Can you think of anything that might help?
He was waiting on the boat when we arrived this morning. Of course, I noticed that tattoo right away.
That's right. He told us he was in the military, served in Vietnam. Scout, do you think you could look up his service record?
It's possible, but I would need more search parameters.
Come on, Ray. You're a lawyer. You're supposed to be good at finding little inconsistencies.
Now that you mention it, there was something a little strange. When he introduced himself, he said his name was Hyde.
Now I get it.
He corrected himself right away, so at the time I thought nothing of it. But now, I get the feeling he made up a new name on the spot.
You think Clyde is really called Hyde? Not exactly an inventive false name, but it's worth a shot.
This may be enough information. I can access military records through the police computer. Give me a moment to establish a data link.
I swear if his last name is Jekyll.
The military? They must have the tightest security in the country. They've never gone up against me before.
I am a force of nature. Even without needing to harm anybody. It's frick. It's a frick! Frick! Frickin' Morty. 2. Nope. 3. 23. Nope. It's gone. Question mark. Another 2. 21. 27. 27 still. 27, but there's a weirdly placed decimal, so it's 2.7. Tetris! Hacking complete.
I'm almost disappointed by military security. I found an administrator account with the password 123.
Wait, what kind of idiot would have that as their password?
I have the same combination on my luggage. Anyway.
Ugh.
Searching for visual matches with the tattoo on Hyde's arm.
I love him.
It seems to be the insignia of the 5th Marine Regiment. Narrowing search by name, known physical characteristics, and service record.
I just got the password joke.
1 record found, Corporal Clyde Musselman.
That's worse than if his last name was Jekyll. So that really was his real last name. What the crap?
Hyde fought at several key battles in Vietnam and remained a member of the 5th Marines until he was dishonorably discharged in 1977.
They kicked him out. What for?
Misconduct under Article 90 of the UCMJ, assaulting or willfully disobeying a superior officer. But there's something else here you may find more interesting. Hyde was suspected of killing a staff sergeant in a friendly fire incident in 1968. There was a solid case against him, but a key piece of evidence was lost, a bullet casing.
You mean all this time we've been holding on to evidence from a 30-year-old murder? What a twist.
Sometimes the solution to a puzzle relies on one missing piece of information. Without it, progress is impossible.
Like those two missable puzzles in case 3.
Except they weren't clues. They weren't key to anything.
Oh, right. Are there any records about what he did after he left the Marines? We still need a way to track him down.
The police kept a close watch on him for several years after he was discharged. He drifted between jobs and their records gradually became less detailed. The last entry is from 1991. It simply says, now employed by SSI.
What? Did you just say Hyde worked at SSI? Don't tell me. He's one of the reasons Scout has the black box thingy. Scout, that's the company that created you.
Do you think he was involved in my project? Do you think he is responsible for...
Yes and yes. I'm not sure, but I bet Jena could tell us.
Any good news? I tried my usual sources, but so far nothing.
I think you need new sources, pal. About Clyde. You've got a new lead on Musselman, thanks to Ray.
Ray was helpful?
I know, wild. He was plenty cooperative once he realized I was trying to prove he didn't kill Lori.
Typical defense lawyer. Happy to fight the good fight, but only when it suits him. So what'd you find out about Clyde? Firstly, that his name is not Clyde, it's Hyde. He was a Marine.
Dishonorably discharged. Likely killed a superior officer. And that's not even the interesting part. After he was discharged, he got a job at the lab that created Scout.
I'll be damned. You think there's some kind of link?
What I'm hoping to find out.
Let's see. I don't think he... No, okay. Yep, only one place we can go to find out any information at all.
Did you solve your case?
No, if anything, it got more complicated.
Well, I'm not done yet either. Can't rush these things. Gotta take your time and think it through.
I think we forgot our chips.
Oh no, we forgot our chips! We're traitors. How's the work going?
There's a lot of weird stuff in this code, but it's nothing I can't handle. The bigger problem is going to be deploying the patch. I don't know if I can do it without a specialized tool.
What tool do you need?
It's called a data shunt. It's for uploading software to a protected drive. Not something you can buy off the shelf.
Can't do it without?
No, this patch has to hook into dozens of core systems to override Scout's decision making.
What?
What do you mean?
What?
It'll completely disable your offensive systems. You won't be able to use them even if you want to.
Okay, I was about to say, if you're gonna take away his personality... Wait. This thing will override Scout's decision-making? You're gonna change the way he thinks? God dang it, I was right!
It'll take away his ability to hurt people. What's the problem?
I'm just not sure if I'm comfortable with the idea.
I don't ever want to hurt anyone again, Honor.
Right now, that's your decision. If we take that away from you, if we force you to never hurt anyone,
Does it mean anything anymore?
I'm not sure I understand.
Can we discuss the philosophy later? I've got work to do.
He can just choose not to. We don't need you! Don't touch my boy!
Are you sure he can choose? He didn't seem to be able to choose way back when.
You know anyone at SSI called Clyde Musselman?
Yeah, he worked in defensive systems research. Some ex-military beefcake with more muscle than sense.
That sounds like Hyde. Do you know what happened to him?
After SSI shut down, the head of defensive systems started his own company. I think Hyde went with him.
Any idea which company?
Do you want to take a guess?
The one that Tully's with?
It was a long time ago. It had a name like Lethal? Lathe?
Yep.
Leaf? Yeah, that's the one.
That's immediately where that's immediately what I thought when they were like, he killed him. Yeah, no shit. Are you sure Hyde went to work at Leaf Security?
Yeah, he was sick of working in a research lab anyway. Only time I ever saw him smile was when they were doing weapon tests.
Sheesh. We've met the CEO of Leaf. His company is connected to 3 different murder cases. Wait, Frank was the CEO? Oh,
No, not Frank Pritchell.
Wait, you met Jack? Did he see Scout?
when do we meet Jack?
When we were at the police station, remember the guy that applied the temporary patch to Scout? After he got shot?
How did we figure that out?
Because he said he was the CEO of Leth.
Oh, it's Leth?
Yeah, Leth Security.
I kept thinking it was like Leaf, as in lethal.
I mean, it could be. Like I said, they do not actually say the name here, so it could be either one.
Alright, I'm sticking with Leaf.
But yeah, we knew it because he introduced himself as the CEO of the company.
Totally forgot about that bit.
He was very interested in me. He even offered to repair me after I was damaged.
No. If he knows you're still working...
Do you think he might do something? Try to snatch Scout or something?
I don't know. But you better watch your back out there.
What did he do to my son?
It's pretty much... It's not outright stated here, but you know how it said Hyde went to work with his boss from SSI at a new company? The boss at SSI was Jack.
Jack planted something in Scout. And he's gonna freaking shoot someone or something again.
Well, that's what they tried to do when they were making Scout in the first place.
Yeah.
In this case, all he really did was repair Scout so he would stop malfunctioning.
Okay.
He didn't actually go in and tinker too much. He didn't get to upload any code or anything like that. All he got to do was basically solder a connection in place.
Okay. He's off the hook for now.
For now. Let's see, I don't think any of this is going to matter to you. No, okay.
None of this means anything to me. I'm not a police officer. I'm a scientist, kind of. Self-employed.
Woo! I spoke to Jena about Hyde. He did work at SSI in their defense division, and his boss was Jack Larson.
Larson, the CEO of Leth?
Yeah, when the Scout Project went bad, SSI was shut down. Jack founded Leith, and Hyde went with him.
Let me get this straight. Strake? What is
Drake.
Strake?
It's a rake, but it's straight, so it's kind of useless. Like there's no like edges at the bottom.
Fair enough.
I guess you can still like push it, but it's more like a shovel.
It's
No,
more like
that's
a
useless.
trash picker. Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's straight.
Let me get this straight. Hyde works for Jack, but so did Lori. This gets more complicated by the minute.
If this is how they handle disputes at Leaf, I hope they have a good employee health plan.
Lori contacted us because she wanted to give us information on Frank Pritchell. That has to be why she was killed. Larson's gone too far this time. He may be the common link between these deaths, but we still have no evidence against Jack himself.
We need to find that evidence. Right, Detective?
Right. Okay. So now, it is time to call it a video. When we return, guess where we're going?
To kick Larson's ass!
Well, one step at a time. But until then, take care, everyone.
Larson!